Welcome to the Home Services Success Stories podcast powered by Peakzi, the #1 AI platform for growing your home services business. And on the show today, we have Kristin Bond, who is the president at Blue Line Electric, and Kristin Bond, executive VP at Blue Line Electric. Aaron and Kristen, welcome to the podcast. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having us.
I'm good, thank you.
Absolutely. This is the first time we've had a duo on the show before, so this will be a lot of fun.
We hope so.
So, Aaron, we'll start with you because you have a very interesting background. Both of you have interesting background that you've parlayed into home services. So, Aaron, you spent 14 years serving as a police officer and canine handler before transitioning full-time into electrical work. So, what inspired this career shift, and how has your background in law enforcement influenced the way that you run Blue Line Electric?
Yeah, so it's kind of a long story. I actually started out my professional career as an electrician. So fresh out of high school, I was doing electrical, but I came from a law enforcement background. Uh, my mom, my dad, basically my whole family were police officers.
Yeah.
So it was kind of something I always wanted to do. So back in 2011-ish is when I
Mhm.
decided to just go ahead and pull the trigger and become a police officer, and did that for a really long time. And then ultimately Blue Line started growing, and I kind of had to make a decision
Yeah.
whether I could do both or not anymore, because it was a lot doing both.
Yes, it
Um,
was. Lots of nights and days running together.
yeah, so finally, it's been about 8 months. I finally kind of retired to
Yeah.
focus on Blue Line full time.
Yeah, in February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, I guess the biggest influence from law enforcement to the home services space, I guess, is we both kind of have that stigma, if you will, of people don't really trust police officers sometimes, and people don't trust home service contractors. So I think that was kind of the biggest thing I took from law enforcement and brought over here, is just really focus on establishing that trust with the community and just trying to keep that trust with our clients.
Yeah, because homes are usually people's #1 most prized asset, and you are going into people's homes and they're entrusting you with their dwelling place. So I can definitely see how that parlays. So you started Blue Line kind of part-time while working full-time for the police department. Is that right?
Yeah, it was like 4 nights of working 12-hour nights, and then Thursday and Friday we did Blue Line.
Yeah, initially it was more of a kind of a side business is the
Yeah,
way Blue Line started.
a
Mhm.
backup plan,
Yeah,
kind of.
just kind of making some extra money here and there, and then it just kind
Mhm.
of blossomed into an actual business and
Yeah.
went from there.
Eric doesn't do anything small.
Well, what an exciting like side hustle turn full-time thing. So when did it make sense to go full-time? When was the decision clear to you that this was the right thing to do?
Yeah, I would say around 2020 is when it
Yeah.
kind of morphed into an actual business where we started hiring employees and everything.
Hmm.
And then after that, it was really this past year when I
Yeah.
decided to dedicate 100% of my time to it.
Yeah. Our dog retired first. So, without your partner, it's kind of hard. So it's not as much fun without your furry companion. Knox now comes to the office with us, and he's our chief morale officer. So
Your chief morale officer.
yeah, so he's still our partner. Just
Yeah.
now he's both of our partners.
I love that. Well, Kristen, let's turn things over to you. You also have an interesting background. Your background is in real estate. So,
Yeah.
how did your experience in this industry shape your approach to leadership, marketing, and customer experience at Blue Line?
I mean, I kind of wore a lot of hats. I wasn't an actual real estate agent, but I did. I basically helped a lot of agents in any way possible. So, and then I had to kind of self-teach my things, a lot of things, like marketing, like using, certain programs. And I don't know, you learn how to take care of people. It's taking care of people is exactly what I love to do, and I'm somewhat decent at it. So, I mean, it's kind of about building trust, adding value where I can. Honestly, I kind of still wear a lot of hats if I can. I kind of go wherever I can go, honestly, and try to do whatever I can well.
Yeah, when we first started out, she had a lot of real estate connections,
Yeah,
and
that really helped us.
we did a lot of work with realtors, so it kind of
Yeah.
helped form the foundation that we
Yeah,
have.
it did. We were really busy in the beginning with a lot of the agents I worked with because they knew me and they trusted Aaron and that, like that having that police background too, it built a little bit of trust that, more than you realize that actually made people want to use him. So,
Interesting. Okay, so you leveraged your strengths in terms of your
yeah.
network and also dealing with people. And it sounds like
Yes.
real estate persons were kind of your initial basis of
Oh
clients. Is
yeah,
that right?
quite a
Okay.
few. I mean, we
Yeah.
had some, organic ones here and there, but yeah, for the most part, it was quite a few, and quite a few of them still use us.
Yeah.
So it's been nice.
Good, good. Well, I
Um,
can kind of see it already just watching your two dynamics here, but like, how do y'all balance each other out? Like, what would you say are your
yeah.
strengths? How do you complement each
I
other?
think most people can tell pretty quickly. He's the brains. I'm the one that talks too much and livens it up. I remind him to, enjoy the small things or find like the good in every day. I mean, it's kind of an inside joke, but still.
Yeah,
And
we're almost opposites in personality. I'm kind of the
yeah.
quiet, reserved person, and she's the outgoing, fun, bubbly person. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, we do
works well
though.
together.
We've been married 21 years as of last week.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
So
Well, happy
yeah,
anniversary.
thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, we definitely work well together. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Blue Line's mission is to be the most trusted electricians in the community, right? So how do you all live out that mission day to day in both of your roles and the way that you serve your customers?
Mm.
I mean, I feel like we both, I mean, we try to be transparent, reliable. It's very important. We want our customers to always feel like taken care of, that we're not just there to fix something that's broken or to make something better. We want them to leave feeling like, wow, that was not a terrible experience. I trust them and want to tell my friends about them and use this again. And I think it's kind of something that we care about in all aspects, whether it be our team or our customers.
Yeah, and just the way we kind of keep that going, like the day-to-day mission. We work really hard with our culture and trying to
Yeah.
instill uh, that mission to our team, keeping it kind of front and
Yeah.
center. Um, we make sure every team member kind of fits our core values,
Yeah.
uh,
Big time.
and those types of things. Uh,
Yeah, we had moments to where it wasn't the culture wasn't our top priority, and I think we felt it. Both of us felt it. I'm sure the team felt it, honestly. And then we decided to make it like probably one of the most top priorities
yeah,
on our list. And there's a huge shift, and people getting a little bit more excited about training days or showing up or learning the processes that we do. Because we're always trying to constantly improve better, make our company and our team,
yeah,
feel like part of the team, but also,
yeah, and all that. Like she's talking about the training and everything that we do, and making sure they fit our values. All that translate to a better customer experience and a better
yeah,
client experience.
yeah,
But taking care of your people,
yeah,
take care of your clients, and all that kind of comes full circle.
Correct.
yes. I mean,
So, okay.
true. Happy people, lead happier lives, right?
Yeah. And how big is your team now?
Um, what, 12?
Yeah, including us, there's 12.
Yeah, our son is one of them.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that culture is like a really big thing, and that seems to be a commonality of success in just business overall.
Yeah.
So, what are some specific things you have done to improve or grow your culture, would you say?
Um, we do a lot of contests, like little things where there's prizes they can win. Like the training's not only just 2 hours of just learning stuff. We try to incorporate games. Every once in a while we'll do, breakfast. They love to eat. Um, sometimes we'll do what, half a day. We did this not that long ago, but we shut the office down for half a day and did like a cookout. Little things that build us, make us a better team, not just somewhere, they clock in and out, we say bye. But I want our team members to feel like they're part of our family in a sense, that we do care about them. We care about their lives and what they have going on and
Yeah,
what,
it's
yeah,
and with that, all that's just stuff that we do. But the most important thing that we've kind of realized is you have to make sure that all of your team members fit those values.
true.
And the ones that don't, we try to weed out as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
And that kind of took us a while
Yeah.
to figure out, because we had some team members that didn't
We
really
did.
quite fit that mold that we wanted, and we kept trying to fix it and fix it and fix it, but at some point,
Yeah. We just couldn't keep trying. If it wasn't ever going to get better unless we finally ripped that Band-Aid off. And so that was very hard for us.
that
Very.
that's the biggest thing in keeping our culture
Yeah.
where we need it to be.
So
Making those hard decisions.
it sounds like there's only a certain amount that you can train, but you really have to hire the right person
You
to
do.
kind of like
Yeah.
fit into the culture.
Yeah.
So give us a bit of a tip. Like, how do you hire? What are some processes? Like, how do you know you're finding and growing the right people?
Uh, I don't know if I'm the best person to give advice in that manner.
No.
Um, we try really hard to do that in the interview process and everything, but I mean, I think you just kind of have to get to know people on a
Yeah.
fair level, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah. And we try to be transparent, honest with our guys as well. So, and sometimes they don't appreciate that. There's some that they don't appreciate knowing they would take things that they learned and maybe spread it into a different situation. If I'm not saying that very eloquently, but um, I don't know. This is what
Yeah.
I was afraid of.
I wouldn't try to give anyone advice on
Yeah.
that just because I don't think we've perfected that yet.
No.
We're doing the best we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. And that's a super honest way to go about it because everyone talks about culture. Everyone talks about hiring processes, but when it comes down to it, hiring's kind of a gamble. Like someone can wow you in the interview, but you might not know who that person is until maybe 3 or 6 months down the line. At the
Oh, yeah.
best, it's like a guess. But the thing that you have identified is that like you got to have great people, right? Because they are your representatives to your customers. They ultimately they're your boots on the ground and everything comes from that culture. So in addition to culture, Aaron, this question is for you. Running a business is hard. I'm sure there's multiple challenges, but what would you say was one of the biggest challenges you faced in growing Blue Line, and how did you go about solving that?
Yeah, we kind of already touched on it. What I wanted to bring up, because kind of the biggest challenge I think was finding the right people,
Yeah.
and getting rid of the wrong people.
Well,
That was kind of the biggest challenge for me. Um, yeah,
Well, and we've grown too. Like we've done, we're learning and growing as well. And, sometimes that would mean that the others had to kind of learn something new. And we threw a lot of challenges at them. And some of them either, latched on and wanted to join that and, be a team, and some didn't. But at the end of the day, everything that we were trying to do was to better all of us. Because, we did go from small, just a little shop like on our property. So, we were small and there was less structure. And I think some of those had a hard time with growing and, there being more rules and being more ways we wanted to do things because we had to.
Yeah.
If there's no process, there's no,
yeah,
stability in a sense.
yeah. I would say besides, finding the right people, the right fits, all that kind of stuff. I guess it probably is one of the most challenging things for me was actually taking a step back.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I started, I was doing pretty much everything besides answering the phone, and even did that some of the time.
Mhm.
But so I've always had my hand in every little thing in the business.
Hmm.
And once we grew, it was a
Yeah.
challenge for me to let other people take control and kind of let them do things their way. So
Trusting the process
yeah,
in a sense.
I will say that once I kind of got better at that, everything started to blossom,
Yeah.
and my people became better leaders, all of that. So, if I had any advice to give small businesses starting out, is when you start to grow, you've got to like trust people to do those things.
Yeah. And that's hard. That's very hard, because he built this and he worked hard on it. And we're talking like nonstop working on it. And so, yeah, it's kind of hard to just one day go, oh, well, I'm going to trust these people to just, do a great job. And I will give him a lot of credit for that because he really has, stepped back and just trust. Trust that they can do it, that they don't need him, hanging over or making sure it's done the way he wants. That it'll be okay if the schedule or everything doesn't go exactly as it's planned in his mind, that it's okay if, they come up with their own way to do it. So, and he's done a pretty good job on that one, to be honest.
So it sounds like really being allowing yourself to sort of evolve, like planning the best that you can, but making room for flexibility, understanding what's happening within the business and making pivots along the way. And that seems to make a lot of sense. So, okay, great. So Kristen, this question is from you. So y'all gone from 0 to 12 employees, becoming certainly a leader in your space and in the community. So what would you say were the keys to your success and your growth? What makes customers keep coming back to Blue Line?
See, sometimes I'm great at this and sometimes I'm not. All right. Well, help me out.
Yeah. No, I would just say our number one goal obviously is trust, but with that, making sure every customer has a great experience. I
Yeah.
mean that we focus on that, from the time the call's answered. We want whoever answers the phone to be happy and fun and
Yeah.
just make everything a positive experience. We give people text reminders and things like that
Send
for their
thank you cards.
appointments.
We each write, well, I write them, but we actually send a handwritten thank you card to, a lot of our repeat customers. I just think it's more they're people and they're important to us and we couldn't do it without them. And I think it's just really important for us to show a little care. Because yes, making money is important, but the people are what build our business and we appreciate them. And I do try to, in whatever ways we can, show that appreciation.
Yeah.
So it sounds like customer experience, customer service, the personal touch, making them feel like not just a number, but really developing that relationship.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, Aaron, maybe you can speak a bit more, maybe from a technical perspective then, because you've been a master electrician since 2006. Is that right? So
Mhm.
Yes,
with
sir.
so many other electricians in the market and so many choices for people to have, what do you think sets Blue Line apart in terms of like the discipline of being an electrician?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. A lot of us do a lot of things kind of the same way these days.
Mhm.
But I would say I keep saying it over and over, but it's kind of like our motto. Our trust, just commitment to trust
Yeah.
is kind of what makes us stand out. Everyone makes mistakes. We make mistakes as business owners,
Yeah.
but our customers know that if we make a mistake, we're gonna be there to fix it. We're gonna, come back out, make sure it's done the right way, any of that kind of stuff.
And make sure when we're done, they're happy, that they feel like that mistake was remedied and that it wasn't, made into something bigger than it should be. Because, like you said, we do all make mistakes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, stuff happens, but, I think it's how you remedy that stuff that makes a huge difference.
yeah. And then just, little things that we do. I mean, other people do them too, but I mean, we background check all of our technicians. So we're sending people into the homes that are background checked. We train constantly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Weekly.
we have I think the best warranty
Yeah.
in our market. We have a 5-year standard warranty, 10-year for our members program. Um,
We
that's
do van checks to make sure their vans are stocked and clean. And so that if someone was to, when that door is open, if someone was to see it, it's not a mess. Their uniforms, or we do have a standard when it comes to their uniforms so that they show up looking good, that it's not, I just rolled out of bed and threw a hat on. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah, I mean, he makes that a priority for sure, making that stuff like, a little bit more important than some other things.
Oh yeah. I mean, all that stuff rolled together is like super important to me, and
Yeah.
I'm probably a little over the top with it sometimes, but that's how important it is to me.
Yeah.
But the other thing with all that, I mean, we have a really great group of people.
Yeah.
Our technicians, I think, are the best in the business. We keep training them, trying to make them better, but I think,
Yeah. I agree. We've been very lucky. We spoke a little about getting rid of some that weren't, but I think that Aaron and I have been extremely lucky when it comes to our technicians and our office staff. I mean, we did. We've gotten incredibly lucky, and we don't try to overlook that. We always try to make them feel like they matter, and I hope they feel that way. But
I
that's
think
just,
they do.
yeah, that's just one of a huge priority for us.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like it comes down to quality, training, customer service, and trust again, and just, hiring the right people and doing it right by your customers. So I think that's really great advice. So you are customers of Peakzi. This podcast is brought to you by Peakzi. So tell us, what has been your experience working with Peakzi?
Uh, I'll take part of this
Yeah.
and she can answer whatever too. But I mean, for us, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
Peakzi's been great. They're actually based out of, I think that's,
McKinney.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's technically their base of operations, but same city as us. We actually met them through
Yeah.
Blue Collar Success
Yeah.
Group, which is our coaching platform that we use. Um, they just feel like a part of our team, not just a vendor.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we deal with Sean as our rep, and we meet with him on a consistent basis, and it just feels like we're talking to one of our friends when we're
Yeah.
talking to him. It's not like someone that's just trying to check the boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a great job.
And on the other side of that, AI can be a little overwhelming. And I think that's one thing. It's been nice to see how easy it transitions into our system. Like, if you can't beat them, join them. I mean, we just talked to him last week, and he's always coming up with new ways to make us a little bit better. Like this, for instance. uh, as overwhelmed as we were by this, we know that it's important for us to, have a good spotlight on AI, and things that we're doing makes it easier for customers to find us, know about us, learn more than just our name on the Google search engine or wherever they find us. So,
And just the amount of data.
oh yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable all the stuff that Peakzi does with the data.
yeah,
So we can get insights into what our competitors are doing, and
yeah,
everyone in our market is kind of doing and what they're facing as far as what type of jobs are hot right now,
hmm,
what are kind of in the valleys. I mean, there's just I could go on and on and
yeah,
on
for
about all
real,
the different data, even data trying to hire the correct team members.
yeah.
It literally pulls in technicians from other companies and shows you their reviews and kind of their strengths and weaknesses and things like that. So it's uh it's pretty amazing.
Well, and it's nice to see where we match up against some other companies, like, because like all of us are doing a lot of the same things, but some of us are doing it better. And I think it's kind of nice to get a little idea of what's out there, what our actual competition is, because we're in a very saturated market. So it's nice to know where we stand, I guess.
Yeah, we're just north of Dallas. I mean, anybody that's familiar with that area knows
Yeah,
it's a very saturated market as far as
yeah,
home service companies. So there's a lot to contend with. So it's
true.
nice to have all that information from Peakzy.
It
Yeah.
sounds like one of the biggest benefits you're getting is kind of a sense of awareness, like a benchmark of where your business stacks up against the competition, where
Yeah.
are the gaps, where can you improve. It sounds like there's a hiring component as well, like in terms of talent. So I think that's really great. So since working with Peaksy, what would you say have been the most noticeable improvements in the business?
Ooh.
Honestly, I mean, again, just the knowledge of the data that we receive. I mean, AI search is kind of in its early stages, so that was kind of our goal with starting out with them was getting ahead of that
Yeah.
curve. So I don't have a whole lot of data to say that that's changed a lot because people are just kind of starting to use it. But I think we're ahead of the game in
Yeah.
that regard, and I think in a couple year or two we're going to be way ahead because
Yeah.
of starting with Peakzy.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I don't think we realized we needed it until we had it. Like I was saying, it was kind of fell into us because we are with Blue Collar Success Group, and they happened to be at one of the little meetings that we went to, and I heard him say McKinney, and I couldn't help but go, "Ooh, that's where we live." And so, a small conversation turned into something way bigger for us, honestly. You don't know what you don't know, so that part's been really great.
Okay. How would you explain to another business owner what Peaksy is?
Ooh,
Yeah, that's kind of a hard question
yeah, that's a tough one.
because it does so much.
It does so much, yeah.
Um,
It's like having an extra assistant or like a extra office manager.
yeah, there's actually two sides of it. So
Yeah,
the data side, just getting an incredible amount of data.
yeah.
Um,
Marketing.
yeah, the second side is marketing. So trying to, everybody's starting to use GPT and Gemini and all these things to search for home services, and kind of the whole reason we started with Peakzy, the other stuff is a bonus, but the whole reason we started was to get ahead of that, where we feel the it's going is everybody's going to start searching that way versus like using Google.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they're building, all the the framework for people to be able to find us that way rather than on Google.
And I'm not sure that we would have been able to get there. I mean, we probably would have gotten there eventually, but the fact that we can get there now, knowing things that, just from our monthly chats that just constantly improve us on that department just feels huge.
Yeah, and they give us, I mean, Sean gives us all kinds of ideas,
Yeah.
marketing wise, that have nothing to do with,
Yeah,
you know,
that
even really their specific area. I mean, it's just like, hey,
yeah.
you could shoot these kind of videos and, that could help your market. I mean, just all kinds of different
We
things.
probably wouldn't have thought of. I mean, Aaron researches the heck out of things, but even that research only goes so far without, having someone that actually knows more than us.
Yeah.
So, we're really great at fake it till you make it, but Peakzi helps us fake it a little better.
But it sounds like there's a lot of use case there. There's of course the insights and the data, the
Yeah.
benchmark comparison, but it seems like also it's helping you adapt to kind of like the way that people are now seeking information, particularly through AI search.
Yeah.
And also it's kind of like your secret weapon, your cutting edge kind of thing to help
I
you
mean,
stand
yeah,
out in the crowd, or so
it
people can
does. It
find you.
makes me feel like we know more than we used to. So, I mean, that feels good. So,
It definitely helps.
oh yeah.
Love it, love it. So we're close to landing the plane here. So close us out with a bit of inspiration, because this is really cool to see husband and wife duo really killing it in the world of home services. So what other advice would you have for other husband and wife teams, aspiring entrepreneurs in the home services space? What would you share with them?
I'll start. That way you can close it out. Uh, I would say communication for husband and wife teams is kind of
Huge.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Making sure you're talking to each other,
Yeah.
explaining reasonings behind things, all that kind of stuff. Um, and I think finding a good business coach is a big
Yes.
thing. Like I said, we use a company called Blue Collar, but they've been great. It's almost like our coach is kind of like our personal therapist.
Joke about it because we talk so much more about business. We've developed such a relationship with him at this point that, yeah, it's like therapy. He helps us talk through things that maybe at the office that, maybe we don't want to touch on, but he helps us find better solutions for things, which also that, so we work well together, but there's always still things that could make us better, handling certain situations better. So we kind of have like a little referee. In a sense, we sometimes do get busy and don't maybe communicate as much as we should, but we try, and I think that helps.
Yeah.
So yeah, communicate was mine. It's just very important. We've got a lot of little things going on, and I think sometimes it's nice to like sit down and remember, like, is there anything that either one of us forgot to mention, or something that maybe needs to be talked about sooner than later, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And then just as a business perspective type, advice, I would just say you got to focus on your culture and
Yeah.
set processes for everything that you do. That was kind of we were a little slow in getting started with all that stuff. So even when you're small, I would start
Yeah.
focusing on that.
When you don't think you need it.
Yeah, cultures and processes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
At the
I
end of the
think
day,
that's
this is
all.
our family. So
And it's really, really great to see you guys in action working together. This is really cool. So I'll give you all the last words. So close us out with anything else that you'd like us to know about Blue Line, whether other home services business owners are watching, or even prospective customers. Share anything else that you'd like to say about the business.
Ooh, got
um,
anything?
thinking, hold on. One sec. Gosh, I don't know. I just hope they see that we care about the business and our customers as much as we truly do, to be honest. Because we can say it all day long, but I hope that our customers and people feel it.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, because we can say all day long that we care about certain things, but I hope that we show it, and that, when people think of us, they think of that, like we're part of their family in a sense, like we'll be their electrician for years. I hope that we build that trust. And
Yeah. I would say the same for our team members as well. I hope
yeah,
they feel that as
yeah,
well, because that's, we've got internal customers and external customers.
yeah,
The clients we serve, and then our employees are like our internal customers. So, um, we're focused on, I mean, that's our biggest objective is creating that trust and family atmosphere
Yep.
for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I want our customers, I mean, and our employees, I want them to like want to come to work, and I want our customers to call us and like not be like they're having a bad day because something horrible happened. And I hope that calling us or having one of our techs in their home makes them feel better. Maybe makes whatever happened better.
All right.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I think y'all just being who you are and just even capturing this on camera, I think it speaks volumes about the way that you run your business. You look like you're really fun to work with as well. So thank you so much for sharing your success story on the podcast today. Close us out. Tell us your website, your social handles. How do people get a hold of you, learn more about Blue Line?
Yeah.
Yeah, our easiest way to get to our website is just callblueline.com.
Yes.
So like you're going to make a call, callblueline.com.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook,
Facebook,
Blue Line
Instagram.
Electric.
Yeah. We've got a YouTube. I believe Blue Line Electric. I mean, I think we got it all.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Well, we'll make sure to plug all that in the show notes as well. So thank you again so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing the story. It's been really fun to interview you on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for having
We
us.
appreciate it. Thanks for
Absolutely.
making this easy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's been fun. So, everyone, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Home Services Success Stories podcast powered by Peakzi, the #1 AI platform for growing your home services business.